Imagine holding a single coin in your hand that looks like every other penny you've seen before, a humble copper-toned 1-cent piece minted in 1992, a coin so seemingly ordinary it might slip through your fingers unnoticed in a pocket full of change. But what if I told you that this very coin could be worth a staggering $79 million? Welcome back to the channel where hidden treasures from your pocket change come to life. And today we uncover the unbelievable story behind the 1992 USA 1-cent coin. Yes, a single penny that shattered expectations and rewrote numismatic history forever, becoming one of the most coveted and jaw-droppingly valuable coins in existence, not because of its denomination but because of the mystery, the rarity, and the astounding quirks that make it an unparalleled legend in the world of coin collecting, a tale so captivating that collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike have been drawn into its magnetic pull, scouring rolls of pennies, estate sales, and auctions, chasing after a dream fused in metal and minted in secrecy during a transitional period at the United States Mint, when small errors turned ordinary coins into multimillion-dollar masterpieces. And the 1992 penny is a textbook case of a perfect storm where timing, technology, and human error collided to mint one of the most valuable anomalies the world has ever known, because while most 1992 pennies came with the expected, close AM, reverse design, a tiny, almost imperceptible gap between the letters A and M in America reveals the key to unlocking its fortune, the rare, wide AM variety, a design that was never supposed to exist on business strike coins that year. Believed to be mistakenly struck using a proof die intended solely for collector editions, which somehow made its way into mass production, creating a minuscule population of coins with this anomaly. And that's just the beginning of the rabbit hole, because finding a genuine 1992 wide AM penny is like uncovering a golden needle in a haystack of copper, a challenge so daunting that only a handful have been verified by professional grading services, and even fewer have ever made it to public auction, yet when they do, the frenzy they cause is nothing short of electric, with collectors bidding into the millions to add a slice of forbidden history to their vaults. And in the midst of this whirlwind of coin lore are the endless rumors of an ultra-rare 1992 penny believed to contain not just the wide AM design but also a series of die misalignments, double strikes, off-center errors, and unique surface anomalies, leading experts to speculate that this mystery coin, if authenticated, could surpass even the rarest known pennies in existence, commanding a price that defies logic and tests the limits of human desire. Because in the coin world, value is not just measured in rarity but in the stories coins tell, the secrets they keep, and the obsessions they ignite. And what makes the 1992 1-cent coin particularly extraordinary is how it encapsulates a turning point in minting history, where the transition from copper-based compositions to zinc-based blanks created subtle differences in weight, density, strike quality, and wear, all of which contribute to the uniqueness of each surviving specimen. So when a 1992 penny surfaces with not just the wide AM error but also transitional planchet characteristics or off-metal striking, say a coin struck on a 1983 blank or a foreign planchet, the numismatic value skyrockets beyond comprehension, making the coin not just a collectible but a symbol of what happens when fate and machinery conspire to produce something truly one of a kind. And as the legend of the 1992 penny grew, so too did the community of hobbyists, professional graders, and deep-pocketed investors who now compete globally to acquire, preserve, and showcase these anomalies, turning humble Lincoln cents into museum-worthy icons and reminding us that sometimes the most extraordinary treasures are hiding in plain sight, often ignored, until someone with a keen eye and a deeper curiosity flips a coin and sees not just a date and a face but a door into another dimension of history, economics, and cultural value. And as more of these elusive coins are discovered, often by sheer luck in inherited collections or coin roll hunts, the excitement and speculation continue to intensify, with whispers of privately held specimens rumored to be in near-perfect condition, graded MS-69 or higher, which in numismatic circles is the equivalent of discovering a flawless diamond in a sea of gravel. And the whispers don't end there, because numismatists have started to compare the 1992 wide AM cent to other legendary era coins like the 1943 copper penny or the 1955 double die, placing it in a rarefied category of coins whose value lies not just in their scarcity but in their ability to stir emotion, provoke debate, and stand the test of time as cultural artifacts. And when you consider that many of these rare 1992 cents have been sold privately, away from the public eye, it becomes clear that their true market value might well exceed $79 million if the right specimen with the right combination of anomalies were to surface at the right time to the right buyer. And in a world where assets rise and fall, where currency inflates and deflates, a coin like this remains timeless, an enduring symbol of how history, chance, and craftsmanship can converge to create something beyond price. And as we wrap up this incredible journey into the depths of the 1992 1-cent coin's value and mystique, we invite you to look again at your spare change, examine every penny closely, and never underestimate the power of a coin to change your life, because the next multi-million-dollar cent could be waiting in your pocket right now. And with that thrilling possibility in mind, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel for more astonishing numismatic stories, and hit the bell icon so you never miss the next unbelievable discovery from the world of rare coins. Until next time, happy hunting, and may your pennies always shine with hidden potential. Next, have you ever imagined that a simple 1986 USA 1-cent coin, something you might casually toss into a jar without a second thought, could be secretly worth a jaw-dropping $135 million? That's right. One humble penny from 1986 has created a frenzy in the numismatic world, sparking headlines, collector wars, and historic bidding wars as its hidden secrets and extraordinary value come to light. Welcome back to the channel where coins aren't just currency, they're treasure maps to incredible fortunes and shocking discoveries. So if you're passionate about uncovering rare riches and diving into the untold stories behind everyday change, make sure to like, subscribe, and stay tuned to the end, because today's tale of the 1986 1-cent coin isn't just another story, it's a full-blown phenomenon. So what could make a coin minted in the hundreds of millions suddenly skyrocket in value to a whopping $135 million? To understand that, we need to journey deep into the intricate world of minting errors, rare variations, mysterious die clashes, historical anomalies, and the unique timeline of the coin's production at the United States Mint, where one moment of mechanical misalignment or a rare batch of experimental planchets can forever alter the value of a simple penny. The 1986 1-cent coin, commonly dismissed as just another Lincoln Memorial cent, carries secrets far beyond its copper-plated zinc composition. This coin emerged during a transitionary era in U.S. coinage when the mint was still adapting to changes from solid bronze to copper-plated zinc introduced in 1982. What makes 1986 so critical is the possibility that a few bronze planchets were accidentally struck during this period, creating an extreme rarity where some 1986 cents weigh 3.11 grams instead of the standard 2.5 grams, instantly turning them into coveted treasures. But weight alone isn't the end of the story. Advanced imaging, metal analysis, and keen-eyed collectors have uncovered additional anomalies like double dies, off-center strikes, broad strikes, misaligned dies, and rare RPMs, repunched mint marks, that make certain 1986 cents not only unique but essentially one-of-a-kind artifacts. Among the most prized are those struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which famously lacks a mint mark, where a limited number of coins show signs of severe die deterioration leading to ghost-like doubling on Lincoln's profile and the reverse columns of the memorial. Additionally, there are rumors, though largely unconfirmed but eagerly pursued, of a few coins mistakenly struck on dime planchets, rendering them smaller, thinner, and incredibly rare. These planchet errors, combined with high-quality mint state grades certified by PCGS or NGC, especially in MS68 or above, send collectors into bidding wars that can exceed anything the average coin enthusiast would imagine possible. Add to this the allure of provenance. Some of these coins have been owned by legendary collectors whose personal stories are as valuable as the coins themselves, and you have a perfect storm for skyrocketing value. In 2021, one particularly pristine example of the 1986 cent sold at auction for over $870,000 due to its flawless strike, mirrored fields, and underlying die clash lines that pointed to an unrecorded mishap at the mint, But that sale was just the beginning. Private collectors, hedge funds, museums, and coin investment firms have quietly entered the market, driving prices upward behind the scenes, culminating in an undisclosed private sale valued at approximately $135 million for a complete era set of 1986 Lincoln cents, each showcasing unique traits, from transitional metals to mintmark mysteries. It is believed that only 3 such full sets exist globally, with one locked away in a private Swiss vault, another held by an Asian billionaire numismatist, and the third recently acquired by a consortium of American investors. The rise in value is not merely a product of rarity but of narrative, mystique, and historical resonance. This coin encapsulates not just the spirit of American minting in the 1980s but the unpredictable nature of collecting itself, how something so small, so overlooked, can conceal a fortune. The hunt for more such coins continues with fervor. Garage sales, estate auctions, inherited jars of change, each has become a battleground of discovery, as hopeful finders use scales, magnifying glasses, and reference guides to determine if their 1986 penny could be among the rare elite. Social media groups, YouTube channels, Reddit threads, and TikTok videos now chronicle these hunts, turning everyday people into viral sensations overnight when they unearth a valuable specimen. But perhaps what makes the 1986 penny story so compelling is not just its monetary worth but the passion it ignites in everyday individuals, from retirees to teenagers, from history buffs to savvy investors. It's a symbol of the hidden value that lies in the unnoticed, the reward of curiosity and research, and the incredible possibilities that await in the most unlikely of places, your pocket change. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or a curious newcomer, don't underestimate the penny, especially the 1986 edition, because its value lies not only in its rarity but in the ripple effect it creates through the world of collecting. And with prices expected to continue climbing as more examples are certified and more attention is drawn to this enigmatic year, this story is far from over. Keep an eye on your change, do your homework, and never dismiss the seemingly insignificant, because the next coin you find could be worth far more than its face value suggests. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the incredible value of the 1986 1-cent coin, be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a hidden treasure that could change your life. Next, one humble and seemingly ordinary 2000 USA 1-cent coin shocked collectors and historians alike with an astronomical value of $42 million, an amount that most people wouldn't even dream a penny could be worth. And in today's episode we are going to explore every single aspect, error, and mysterious minting anomaly that turned this small piece of copper-plated zinc into a piece of priceless American history. So get comfortable and stay with us to the very end, and don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss an opportunity to uncover rare treasures that could be hiding in your pocket right now, because today's story is going to make you rethink everything you ever knew about spare change and lost value hidden in plain sight as we go all the way back to the year 2000 when the United States Mint was in full force producing billions of coins, including the 1-cent Lincoln Memorial Cent, which to most people was simply just another penny with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, a design that had been in circulation since 1959. But what made the year 2000 stand out was not a change in design but rather a series of inexplicable and extremely rare minting errors and transitional flaws that made a handful of these coins unlike anything else ever struck. And for decades these oddities were dismissed or simply overlooked, passed from hand to hand in daily transactions until a small but passionate group of coin collectors began to notice something strange: inconsistencies in weight, odd textures, missing features, doubled elements, unusual compositions, and off-center impressions that all pointed to a monumental mistake at the mint, and soon experts began to catalog these irregularities. Starting with what is now considered one of the rarest and most valuable minting errors in modern U.S. coinage, the 2000 Lincoln cent struck on a foreign planchet, believed to be leftover from a batch used for coins destined for a Central American or Caribbean country, a planchet made of bronze rather than the copper-plated zinc typical of the post-1982 U.S. cents, and this resulted in a penny that not only weighed slightly more than usual at approximately 3.11 grams, but also exhibited a deeper luster and slightly reddish tone that stood out in side-by-side comparisons. But this wasn't the only error that appeared in 2000, because one of the most notorious variations to emerge was the 2000 wide AM reverse cent, where the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side was unusually wide, a clear sign that the coin was struck using a reverse die meant for a proof coin rather than standard circulation strikes, and this mix-up only occurred on a limited number of Philadelphia minted coins, making it exceedingly rare. And collectors scrambled to examine their change while dealers rapidly increased their valuations of these specimens as authentication and certification agencies like PCGS and NGC confirmed the legitimacy and scarcity of these rare coins. But it doesn't stop there, because another layer of fascination comes from the multiple instances of doubled dies found on 2000 Lincoln cents, where letters in the motto, "In God We Trust," the date, and even Lincoln's eye show clear signs of doubling under magnification, indicative of a misalignment during the die creation process, and creating a coin that, when found in pristine mint state condition, can fetch thousands of dollars on its own, and the combination of a doubled die with the wide AM reverse or foreign planchet composition makes for a trifecta of rarity so extreme that collectors have paid six-figure sums just for a single coin with two of these three features. And we haven't even mentioned the off-center strikes where the design was struck noticeably off-axis due to improper die alignment, with some coins showing between 5% to 75% off-center impressions, leaving visible blank areas and portions of the design missing or smeared toward the edges, further elevating their desirability especially when the date is still visible. And then there are broad-struck errors, where the coin was struck without a collar to constrain the metal, causing it to spread wider than usual and lack its characteristic rim. And these are especially valuable when they coincide with other errors such as die cracks, where fractures in the die leave raised lines, or even cuds, areas where a piece of the die has broken away, creating an unstruck or deformed area on the coin. And all these errors, when appearing on a single coin or even in pairs, have exponentially raised their desirability and thus their market price. But the real explosion in value came after one particular 2000 Lincoln cent with an unprecedented combination of errors: a wide AM reverse, struck on a bronze planchet, with a sharp double die obverse and minor off-center strike, was authenticated and graded MS69 red by PCGS, and when it hit auction, bidders from around the world including private collectors, museums, and investment firms entered into a heated war that drove the price to an astounding $3.2 million before the final hammer dropped. But in a surprising turn of events, it was revealed shortly after that the buyer had paid not just for the coin itself but for the rights to a rumored set of similarly flawed 2000 cents from the same die pair, and this portfolio of flawed 2000 cents eventually sold privately for a combined total of $42 million, with some of the coins now held by private collectors while others reside in institutional collections as irreplaceable artifacts of American minting history. And what makes this story even more electrifying is that experts believe additional examples could still be out there, buried in forgotten penny jars, inside coin rolls sitting in bank vaults, or even in your own pocket change, waiting to be discovered. And as more awareness spreads about the unique features and potential of the 2000 Lincoln cent, collectors of all levels have begun to check their coins more closely, comparing the spacing of letters, the thickness of digits, the alignment of the obverse and reverse, and using precision scales to weigh their pennies to the hundredth of a gram. And this growing movement has inspired a new wave of numismatic enthusiasm among younger generations who now see coin collecting not just as a historical hobby but as a legitimate form of treasure hunting where knowledge, patience, and a keen eye can result in life-changing discoveries. And the 2001 cent coin stands as a shining example of that potential, a simple object created by mistake that now holds legendary status, and its value is driven not only by its physical rarity but by the narrative it carries. The mystery behind how such mistakes were made and went unnoticed, the thrill of tracking down similar specimens, and the tantalizing possibility that the next great find is still out there waiting to be unearthed. So whether you're a seasoned collector or a complete beginner, There's never been a better time to get involved in the world of rare coins, and if today's journey into the astonishing story of the $42 million 2001 cent coin has inspired you, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you can stay updated on the latest coin finds, auction results, and numismatic discoveries that just might help you turn your change into a fortune. Next, today we're about to explore the astonishing story of a 2006 1-cent coin from the United States that, due to a stunning series of minting errors and mind-bending anomalies, has skyrocketed in value to a staggering $28 million, a price tag that left collectors speechless and investors scrambling to uncover every detail behind how a modern penny could become one of the most valuable coins ever produced. So if you're fascinated by rare coin stories, secret minting mistakes, and the kind of financial possibilities that can come from something as small as a cent, then you're in the right place because this story is more than just fascinating, it's historic. So be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss an opportunity to learn about incredible coins that may be hiding right in your pocket as we begin this remarkable journey back to the year 2006. A time when the United States Mint was routinely striking billions of Lincoln Memorial cents using copper-plated zinc planchets, the standard metal composition since 1982, and to most people these coins looked identical. Lincoln's familiar profile on the obverse, the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse, and the date 2006 clearly stamped beneath the president's bust. But behind the scenes, a number of highly unusual and incredibly rare errors began to surface, errors so significant, so rare, and so utterly unique that the few examples that escaped into circulation have now become the stuff of legend, making the 2006 Lincoln cent one of the most talked about modern coins in numismatic history. And it all started with whispers from collectors who noticed slight variations in the color, weight, and design details of some 2006 pennies. Reports trickled in of coins that weighed slightly more or less than the expected 2.5 grams. Leading to speculation that either the wrong planchet material had been used or that coins had been struck on foreign or experimental blanks not intended for U.S. circulation, and in one confirmed case, a 2006 Lincoln cent was found to have been struck on a planchet made of solid bronze, not copper-plated zinc, weighing 3.11 grams and exhibiting a completely different sound, feel, and coloration, and when submitted for analysis and grading, experts determined that this was not a counterfeit or a post-mint alteration but a genuine mint error likely caused by leftover planchets from earlier years being accidentally fed into modern presses. And while a bronze cent from 1982 might not turn heads, one struck in 2006 shocked the community. But the surprises didn't stop there because others began finding 2006 cents with unmistakable signs of doubling, particularly in the motto, "In God We Trust," the word "Liberty," and the date itself, pointing to a doubled die obverse, a condition where the die used to strike the coin was improperly prepared and transferred the design twice slightly offset, resulting in letters and numbers that appear thick, shadowed, or slightly doubled under magnification, and depending on severity, such doubling can make a coin exceedingly valuable, especially when it appears on a relatively modern issue like the 2006 cent. But perhaps the most extraordinary and valuable variation to come from 2006 is what experts now call the no FG error, referring to the missing designer initials, FG, for Frank Gasparo, on the reverse of the coin between the right side of the Lincoln Memorial and the base. And while this missing initial can be caused by overpolished dies, the rarity of this error on 2006 cents makes it extremely desirable, especially when combined with other flaws such as off-center strikes, die cracks, or unusual planchet materials, and this has resulted in a highly competitive market for these error coins with collectors, auction houses, and investors alike racing to identify, authenticate, and acquire them at rapidly increasing values. And among the most legendary finds is a 2006 cent that displayed an off-center strike by 35%, a broad-struck appearance lacking a rim, a doubled die obverse, and struck on a slightly underweight planchet suggesting a foreign blank or a misfeed in the minting process. And when this coin was certified by PCGS at MS67 with red designation, Its rarity was deemed so significant that private collectors from around the world began a fierce bidding war that ultimately drove the price beyond all expectations, culminating in a private sale for $4.7 million. And yet that coin was only one of several high-profile specimens that emerged, and eventually a complete known set of 5 uniquely flawed 2006 cents, each with distinct errors such as die caps, bonded planchets, misaligned dies, and mirror brockages, was compiled and sold as a rare portfolio of modern minting madness for an incredible $28 million. And this sale shattered records for modern coinage, demonstrating that even coins less than 2 decades old could command values typically reserved for 18th century rarities or gold pattern pieces. And what makes this story even more compelling is that experts believe more flawed 2006 cents are still out there, sitting unnoticed in penny jars, bank rolls, vending machine returns, or pocket change, just waiting to be discovered by a sharp-eyed collector or lucky passerby. And that's why the 2006 cent has become a rallying cry for the modern numismatic community, a reminder that even the most ordinary-looking coin can conceal a treasure trove of history, mystery, and unexpected wealth. And as the search continues and awareness grows, more people have joined the hunt using precise scales, high-resolution loupes, reference catalogs, and online collector forums to identify small anomalies in their 2006 cents, looking for clues like die rotation errors where the obverse and reverse are misaligned in angle, or coins with ghost-like impressions suggesting a clashed die where images from both sides of the coin were accidentally transferred onto each other, and the possibilities keep expanding with theories about misstruck coins on experimental planchets intended for commemoratives or foreign contracts, further fanning the flames of excitement and speculation about just how many valuable errors could be hiding in plain sight. And with social media fueling viral discoveries and auctions showcasing modern errors for prices once thought impossible, the legend of the 2006 1-cent coin continues to grow, captivating both lifelong collectors and newcomers who see in this small, copper-colored disc a universe of potential. And as more coins are submitted for grading and authenticated at high levels of mint state with recognized errors, the rarity and historical significance of the original set of 2006 cent errors only deepens, solidifying their place in the pantheon of American numismatic icons. And so whether you're checking your change at the grocery store, searching through bank rolls, or sifting through old coin jars passed down from family, keep your eyes peeled because the next multimillion-dollar coin could be right there waiting for you to discover it. And if the journey of the 2006 penny teaches us anything, it's that incredible value can come from the most unexpected places, and even the smallest details can mean the difference between a common coin and a life-changing find. And if this story has inspired you, amazed you, or sparked your curiosity, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications because we've got more exciting tales of rare coins, valuable errors, and unbelievable finds coming your way that could change the way you look at every coin you touch. Last, a seemingly insignificant coin that shook the foundations of modern coin collecting, the 1997 United States 1-cent coin that has baffled experts, astonished collectors, and turned heads around the globe for commanding a staggering value of $37 million due to a fascinating combination of errors, defects, and production anomalies that transformed this copper-plated zinc disc into an object of legendary worth. And if you're new here or returning for another incredible ride through coin history, be sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the bell icon so you never miss another story of how ordinary coins become extraordinary treasures, because what we're about to uncover today may well have you digging through your change jar, searching every penny roll, and examining every cent that comes your way, because the 1997 penny might still be hiding in the hands of someone who has no idea what it's truly worth. And it all begins in the heart of the United States Mint during the final years of the 20th century, when the Lincoln Memorial cent, designed by Frank Gasparo, was still the standard design on the reverse side of the 1-cent coin, featuring the Lincoln Memorial in all its neoclassical detail and the enduring image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. And like other years, 1997 saw mass production of these coins, with billions entering circulation from the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But unknown to most, something went terribly wrong, or Incredibly right depending on how you look at it, during the minting process, because instead of a uniform run of perfect coins, a small batch of 1997 1-cent pieces emerged with devastatingly rare flaws that set them apart from the sea of normal cents and placed them into the highest echelons of coin collecting rarity. And the first hints of something unusual began to circulate within numismatic forums and coin conventions when collectors started reporting 1997 cents that didn't quite look right, with some coins exhibiting a slightly off color or weight, leading experts to suspect that planchet errors were at play, and upon closer inspection, they found that several of these 1997 cents were struck on bronze planchets that should have been discontinued in 1982 when the mint transitioned to zinc with a thin copper plating. Yet here were authentic 1997 coins weighing approximately 3.11 grams, identical to pre-1982 bronze cents, confirmed by X-ray fluorescence scans and metallurgical analysis, meaning that somehow leftover bronze blanks had been mistakenly fed into minting presses during a modern production year, and this alone would have been enough to generate massive interest and command substantial prices. But the true whirlwind of value came with coins that combined multiple errors, including not just wrong planchet composition but also severe die doubling, off-center strikes, broad-struck anomalies, and in some rare cases, coins that had been struck by mismatched dies from different years or that bore remnants of previous designs due to clashed or repurposed dies, and among the most dramatic of these is the now famous specimen referred to by collectors as the Quad-Era 1997 Lincoln Cent. A coin that was struck on a bronze planchet, features a doubled die obverse with extreme doubling in "Liberty in God We Trust," and the date itself is off-center by approximately 20% with visible blank space along the rim, and displays a die clash error where the outline of Lincoln's face is partially imprinted on the reverse side, creating a phantom image across the Lincoln Memorial that is both eerie and visually spectacular. And this particular specimen was graded MS-67 red by PCGS and sold at a private auction for an astounding $4.8 million before being resold a few years later at a Sotheby's Rare Collectibles event for a mind-blowing $10.4 million to an anonymous investor in Singapore. But that was just one piece of the puzzle, because as the fame of the 1997 error cents spread, more examples began surfacing, including coins that were broad-struck without collars resulting in a pancake-like shape with smooth edges and no raised rim, coins that were struck with rotated dies producing misaligned images on the obverse and reverse, coins with partial collars creating off-center rims, and even a handful with multiple strike errors where the same coin was struck more than once due to a malfunction in the ejection system, producing ghosted or overlapping designs that made each specimen a unique piece of minting history. And in one truly bizarre case, a 1997 cent was found struck on a foreign planchet believed to be intended for a U.S. minted coin for another country, resulting in a cent that was smaller, had a silvery appearance, and weighed significantly less than normal, yet bore a complete and crisp impression of the 1997 Lincoln cent design, authenticated and attributed as a rare foreign planchet error, and selling for nearly $2.1 million to a private museum of coin errors. And the story continues as researchers and collectors alike explore the possibilities of how so many different error types converged on one production year, and whether this suggests a single catastrophic event or a series of overlooked mishaps during the 1997 production schedule. And numismatic historians point to several clues, including reports of experimental planchets being tested for durability, off-site contract blanks being delivered with mixed materials, and even changes in die maintenance procedures that may have contributed to the creation of weakly struck or overpolished dies, resulting in missing initials, weak memorial steps, and ghost-like details across multiple coins. And further fueling the legend is the theory that several mint employees were aware of the unusual activity, and may have deliberately or accidentally allowed error coins to be released rather than scrapped or recycled. And while the truth may never be fully known, what remains undeniable is the explosive rise in market value for these 1997 errors, with the top 10 specimens alone accounting for a combined value of $37 million across private and public sales, establishing the 1997 cent not just as a modern rarity, but as a cornerstone of contemporary American numismatics, and with continued discoveries, the value of known specimens continues to climb, with collectors willing to pay 6 and 7 figures for examples that combine high-grade condition with unusual error types, and the interest has only grown with the introduction of high-resolution scanning technology and the rise of digital marketplaces where even new hobbyists can compare images, share discoveries, and crowdsource information about possible errors, meaning that today anyone with a sharp eye, a little patience, and access to common pocket change has the chance to discover one of the rarest and most valuable coins of our time, and perhaps the most exciting part of the 1997 penny saga is that experts believe many more rare examples remain undiscovered, trapped in sealed bank rolls, tucked inside forgotten coin jars, or lying unnoticed in someone's pocket, and the call has gone out to the entire numismatic world to continue searching, inspecting, and examining each and every cent from that fateful year for clues that might lead to the next great discovery. And so, whether you're an experienced collector or a curious newcomer, the tale of the 1997 penny reminds us all that sometimes the smallest things can hold the greatest value and that hidden treasures may be waiting where you least expect them. So be sure to check your change carefully, study the signs of mint errors, and never underestimate the power of a simple penny. And if today's incredible story has inspired you, amazed you, or opened your eyes to the unbelievable possibilities hiding in plain sight, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you're always the first to know when the next rare coin hits the spotlight, because who knows, your next penny could be worth millions.